possibility that he could be on the commission?
We're preparing for one day at a time. Be expanding on any of those. They are what they are. We've looked into the situation. We're taking it very seriously, all the way through the organization. Sure, there are questions, but I'm not going to be entering into a discussion about that today. So we're up.
Bill, were you aware of the lawsuit when you signed Antonio Brown?
I'm not going to be expanding on the statements that have already been given.
Don't you think the fans deserve to hear a little more from you on
When we know
such
more,
a
we'll
major
say more.
development that could impact the team?
Yeah, I just said that.
Don't you think fans deserve to hear a little bit more?
When we know more, we'll say more.
Are you preparing to have Antonio Brown in practice today?
Yes,
And are you preparing for him to play on Sunday?
we're taking it one day at a time, just like we always do.
Are you preparing for the possibility that he could be on the commission?
We're preparing for one day at a time.
How much weight were the allegations against him weighing for whether or not he played on Sunday?
I appreciate all the questions, and that's what's been said has been said.
Bill, you brought up Randy Moss yesterday. Do you think that Antonio Brown will require as much attention as Moss did to get him in sync with the team?
Yeah, I didn't say that.
I'm asking you.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know if he'll require more attention?
No.
How difficult or frustrating is it to have a distraction like this right at the beginning of the season? When
Yeah, we're working on Miami. We're working on Miami. The rest of it is we're on Miami.
You've had bigger distractions before. Are you confident that this is not going to throw you off track at all?
We're working on Miami. Went through the scouting report, went through the game plan today. We're going to practice for Miami.
Can you tell us a little what Antonio Brown is saying to you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm done with that. Okay. Anything else on Miami?
You get so much info from that man, Bill Belichick, huh? Oh, you gotta love it.
A plethora of information.
Oh, man, that is one of those entertaining press conferences, which I got to tell you, here's where I got to kind of defend Belichick in all of this. The reporters can keep asking all they want. There's an investigation going on. There's a civil lawsuit going on. There is a player in trouble right now, and there could be legal action taking place. And none of these guys even know this cat, okay? So it's so unfair to ask them. And even Belichick, it's really unfair. He just signed the guy. He didn't even know about this stuff.
None of these guys hung out before.
No, apparently not. No hanging out. One guy says, I live in Toronto. How can I listen to the show? Man, online, baby. Online, Twitter, Periscope. Come on.
Pick an accessor.
Yeah, man. You can see it all live, baby. There we go. So for those of you that are reaching out and trying to find, I get it because it's kind of confusing because nobody really does this, that they do a podcast broadcast. Nobody does a broadcast and then podcast it after. They just are in a room somewhere. They put the podcast together and then they put it out on the air and that's it. But we don't do that. We're actually doing a real radio show, okay, where we're going to make our mistakes. It's not all stuff that's edited.
No, this is
live. We're doing a live show and then we podcast it and then we, dish it out. And by the way, the support has been just absolutely phenomenal. Today, by the way, as those of you that follow us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, we posted it all over. We're at Pause for You, and the lovely and talented Carol is out here with us, who runs Pause for You. And you guys know that I'm a huge dog lover. We've got 4 dogs at home, 2 of them were adopted right here. And, any of my sponsors, you know that you can always trust my sponsors because I use them and I believe in them, right? And so, pause for you, I believe in them. That's why I came here and got 2 dogs. And actually, some of our listeners over the last couple of years have followed my lead in that one, and they have come. And I'm seeing Carol and all the great people out here at Paws for You. And they've adopted their dogs. So we're going to be out here, by the way, at 8717 Southwest 134th Street, Pinecrest, right across from the falls. So if you, it's like the shopping center behind where the Red Lobster is. We're literally behind that Red Lobster, off of US 1. Not on US 1, but off of US 1, behind the Walgreens. So you'll see it there, and it's a beautiful facility. And we've got all kinds of doggies and some cats also, by the way, that need your love, your attention, and a new home. So this is your opportunity to do that. They've got all kinds of things that they do out here. So we're going to have some doggies here at the bottom of the hour. So for those of you that may want to adopt a dog, Paws for You is a great place. Pawsforyou.org, okay? And the number 4, pawsforyou.org. They're always looking for volunteers. So for those of you that want to volunteer, go for it, man. Come on out here and help us. Help us find some new homes for these amazing angels. That's what I call them, because that's really what animals are. They're angels, is what they are. I mean, when I get home, those 4 doggies, they just put a big old smile on my face. No matter how much stress I've had, no matter how bad of a day sometimes it's been, and let me tell you, over the last half year, I had plenty of those days. And my wife, my daughter, and my doggies usually save me. So it's always great to have a little dog at home, or 2, or 3, or 4. That's where I tripped out my wife, because we were like, once we lost Pegasus, we had a while where we didn't get a dog in the house, a little over a year. It was like a year and a half. And then I told her, hey, this time we're going for 2, because I don't want just 1, because we had Pegasus around for 8 years. And so when we weren't home, Pegasus is alone. So I didn't like that. So we got 2 doggies. But then it turned to 3, and then it turned to 4. And no, Carol, I cannot make it 5, okay? That'll be the part that will suck about this entire broadcast, is that Carol's going to bring some dogs, and I'm going to want to take them all home with me. Okay, I'm watching what's going on in the Bahamas, and I'm like, bring them over to my house. You know, it's like it just breaks your heart when you see stuff like that. And that gentleman out there, I saw the story on Channel 7. Okay, that gentleman that went out in the middle of the highway on the ramp to save that Chihuahua, you, sir, are an absolute stud. Okay, you are a god. You are an angel. That is great stuff. That was an awesome story. He even spent his own money because the dog got run over. Luckily, the dog didn't get run over by the tires of the car. It was a tiny Chihuahua, so it got kind of trapped under the car, and it got spun around a little bit, but it didn't suffer any major injuries, which was good. But it did have a few nicks and knacks, and he did take care of it. So hopefully they find the owner, and if it doesn't, it seems like that gentleman is going to be a great owner, because I think he had 2 other dogs. The dog was hanging out with his 2 other dogs. So I thought that was a great story yesterday that I saw on Channel 7. Anyway, if you want to get in, as you know, the Accident Law Firm text line, or the accidentlawfirm.com text line, is 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. And you just heard the open there that Bill put together, an exceptional open, and obviously led by all those questions for Bill Belichick yesterday when they were asking him about Antonio Brown. And so, nice job by you. I was wondering if you're going to loop it over, you know. And so, anyway, so they were. And listen, I don't blame him for the way he is not answering the questions. But here's where you can't feel sorry for him. You wanted to sign Antonio Brown, right? Now you're going to have to take what goes with it and the consequences that goes with it. And this is part of it, unfortunately. Listen, I don't know if this is going to be a true story or not. I saw that a buddy of mine in the media ended up getting a little bit in trouble because he kind of jumped to conclusions. And let me tell you something, folks. When it comes to matters of abuse, when it comes to women or boys or even young men that it happens to, we have to take the stance first and foremost that we have to believe them and give them the benefit of the doubt at the moment. Okay? Because if it's true, that's somebody that is suffering. And one of the things that I saw about this story about Brittany Taylor, and for those of you that jump right away to the gold digger conclusion, and I get it in our society why you would, but I don't know how much more did you delve into this story, Bill, but do you realize she's getting married this week?
Yeah, I heard that. That's why she couldn't meet with the NFL until
She's
next
meeting
week.
to next
Yeah.
week, right? Okay, so this woman's getting married. This woman's willing to cooperate with the NFL. Have you noticed that a lot of these cases of abuse, the woman kind of disappears or doesn't even cooperate with the NFL most of the time? Have you ever noticed that? Ray Rice, Greg Hardy, what was the other one recently? There was another one recently that they. The guy that signed with Cleveland after he got the guy that just got injured for Kansas City. What's his name? The receiver.
Oh, Tariq Hill.
Tariq Hill. His girl did not want to cooperate. That's usually what happens. That the alleged victim doesn't want to cooperate because she will then get the other person in trouble. Well, she's willing to cooperate. She's getting married, and she's willing to put herself in the public light. There's just factors of this that doesn't smell of gold digger. The gold digger's not getting married, Bill. Do you understand that? You know how weird that is? The gold digger usually is by herself. The gold digger just wants the money because she's after the money. This woman's getting married. It's weird. And then the other thing is, when you come forward like this now, you put yourself out there, man. She put her name. She put everything. It's not like victim. No. We know her name. We know her picture. She's all in. So be careful with this situation. She might be lying, but she certainly could be telling the truth because she is willing to put herself on the firing line, and she's about to have a husband. This is really awkward. This would, if she's lying, if she's gold digging, she would be taking it to a new level.
Let me just ask you, the 1.6.
Are you low again?
The $1.6 million inquiry.
Yeah.
As soon as you got a good point, there's a counterpoint. You know what I mean?
Right.
They got to do a lot of investigating on this.
Right. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. And
I'm as high as I can get, man. I can't get any higher on the board. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh well. All right. So hopefully you sound.
I'll just
sound
yell. Good. Okay. That's
Yeah.
what I'll do.
Well, just tell me if Bill sounds good this time. Oh, I have to be honest. You have come with the truth, bro. Now I listen to them other shows and read Dolphin articles with a grain of salt. Good job exposing the truth. Pa'lante, hermano. Thank you, sir. But that's how we've always been. Always broken it down. I've always been brutally honest, man. And I'm brutally honest about what's going on now. And Miami's going to be in a much better place. Speaking of the Dolphins, you guys, you out there, Dolphin Nation, Bill and I are beside ourselves on this whole Vegas thing and the draft. I think it's happening already. I'm pretty sure that we will be in Vegas hosting a Dolphin draft party with hundreds of Dolphins fans. Because apparently now Dolphins fans all over are reaching out to me and telling me, hey, we're all going to be there, bro. We want to be a part of this broadcast. We want you to be there and all that good stuff. So it looks like, my buddy NorCal reached out to me. Several other Dolphin fans and Dolphin fan clubs are reaching out now and telling me, hey, we're sending 10, we're sending 20, we're sending 30. So apparently there's going to be a mass of Dolphin fans, and apparently there's going to be a specific hotel. I'm not exactly sure. I'll find out soon from NorCal where we're going, but where
This sounds awesome.
yeah. Well,
It's a great-
Bill's never been to Vegas. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Done New Orleans, done, L.A., blah, but
he's never been to Vegas.
no Vegas so far.
So I've been to Vegas like 7,000 times. So I'm glad that this is actually happening, and the draft in Vegas, and we're gonna be there, man. We're gonna be there that whole weekend, having some fun. And listen, our Dolphins are gonna be so active in the draft. It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be a brutal 3 days because I'll tell you what.
No, it's not. It's going to be the best.
What I'm
some
saying
of the
is,
best 3 days for a Dolphins fan.
Hold on. Burning the candle at both ends?
Oh, that's
no.
fine.
No. Blow torches on both ends.
I don't.
Do it up.
I've been doing this for 30 years, bro. I've covered the draft from beginning to end every day for the 7 rounds. Okay, I've done that. I've been there. I've done it where I was at the station and I was there all weekend breaking down the draft. I love that. Hell, 1 year they flew me to New York, and I was in New York leading the draft from there, and then the guys were back over at Dolphin Stadium, and so then I could then give them the lead. Hey, we're coming to the podium, and they'd throw it to the podium, and then boom, and all that. I got that year. That was the year we drafted Jake Long. Jake Long came off the podium and came and sat down with me and did the interview, and it was so cool. And that was something that, maybe down the line, that's something we can pull off.
For sure.
You never
No
know.
doubt.
You never know. But at least now to go to Vegas, that would be, and to be hanging with hundreds of Dolphins fans, I think it's going to be awesome. I think that is such a cool thing to end up doing.
And compared to the old days, all in one day, to have it spread out the way they do over 3 days, this is a much easier go as far as, like you said.
You
just
realize
long
that while the draft is going on, I don't know, you can check it out for me.
Sure.
Find out if the Golden Knights are playing one of those nights that weekend of the draft,
Go
because
catch a little hockey.
we have to, don't we?
And we also got to see who's in town.
Oh, it'd be so cool if the Panthers are in town. That would be phenomenal. I would love that.
No, and we
Panthers
should
in
be
town?
good, man. That's,
That would be awesome if the Panthers were in town. I would love that. That would be, just absolutely fantastic. Hey, let Brian Flores pick out the theme music. All right, no problem. We'll do that. I'm with you. Let's do it. Let Brian Flores do that. I got no issues with that. Why not? It's a beautiful thing. And we're, again, at pauseforyou.org. So if you happen to be in the Kendall, Pinecrest, Cutler Ridge area, Goulds, even Florida City, I know it's a little bit of a drive, but come on down. Say hi. We'll be out here till at least 3 o'clock. Bill will be out here till at least 3:30 probably, tearing down, because unfortunately I'm leaving you today. I'm leaving you. But I'm leaving you for a reason, okay? Dandy Donuts are calling.
Look at you. You get to go have a glaze.
You're not going to be far. When I'm done, I'll just swing by and drop off some, because I got to go west anyways. So I'll swing by where you're going to be at after and drop off some.
I'm not going to say no.
No, of course you're not.
Of course not.
Yeah, no. So I'll do that, man. I'll talk to Bobby and Laura and Frank and all the great people and get some donuts there, man. So yeah, we'll do that. Have a little fun there. So anyway, again, you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. It's 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the program. We've got all the links also on social media if you're a little too lazy to find it, but we've got the links for you there on Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. That's all posted there on our Twitter page, at our Instagram page, at Big O Radio Show, on Facebook, which is Orlando Alzagari and Big O Show. We have 2 Facebook pages, and we've got all that going on. So let's go. I'll get to the Dolphins in just a second, but just to kind of finish up on what's going on with the Patriots and Belichick and Brady and all of this stuff going on with Antonio Brown. And here's the thing, the distractions. That's the part that he didn't want to deal with. Now, the best team to deal with these kind of things is that one right there. Okay? I mean, the Browns could be taken down by a watch distraction. Okay? I mean, that's the Browns can get flustered by a couple of questions by a reporter. You notice that?
Is that their excuse for losing the other night?
I'm just saying this, the stupid little things that go on with the Browns or most other teams. Dolphins too in the past, okay? All these kind of controversies eat up a team. If there's one team that it doesn't affect, it's this one. I mean, that's the honest truth right there. You know, they're the one team that they will stay.
It doesn't matter the
course.
adversity. It doesn't. Here, Spygate was probably more because it directly involved them, the team.
They had a
everybody.
tight end killing people on their off time.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
I mean, come on.
So this is like a blip on the radar.
Oh,
like
come
nothing.
on. Please. The owner's getting happy endings at the Asian Day Spa. Please.
Hours before.
Nothing flusters the Patriots. Yeah. How does the owner celebrate going to the AFC Championship game? The Asian Day Spa. I'm telling you, these people are Teflon. People can learn from the Patriots on how to really handle adversity. Flusters the rest of us. We're late 5 minutes and we're panicking. We're trying to find our keys. Then we lost our phone. Belichick's just calm. Doesn't matter what's going on. It's all good. Half my team's been arrested. We're on to Miami. We're on to Miami. We're on to Miami. Bill, 4 of your players, DUI last night. We're on to Miami. We're on to Miami. That's it. It's just, it's they got like blinders on. They're like horses with blinders on. They don't see anything.
It's exactly what I was thinking. Visually, yeah.
It's impressive. It really is impressive. It's something that we all could learn a little bit from, right? Because everybody has, maybe you were that person, or you have somebody in your family that is a panic type person and gets flustered right away and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, hey, you know, you need to hang out with the Patriots a little bit more.
No getting flustered, no hiccups.
No, none. Nada, nay. I mean, it's
You
really
know what?
impressive.
Actually, think about this. Maybe this type of stuff helps them refocus, and you know what I mean? And stay to the course even more.
You might be right, because he trains his players to be cold and callous and focused. And it's not really about, you know what, those aren't the right words to say, cold and callous, when we're talking about this situation. It's more of compartmentalizing, actually. It's separating the two. It's saying, okay, well, that issue's going on, but I've got to take care of this right now. This is my job. My job is not to answer questions about Antonio Brown. My job is not to know about Antonio Brown's life. I don't know about his sex life. I don't know about his exploits. I don't know about anything about Antonio Brown. What I do know is I got to focus on Miami. Although, you got to admit, you laughed your ass off yesterday when Tom Brady said the Dolphins are a great team, or they've got great athletes, or whatever it was that he said. You're like, come on, Tom. I get it. You got to give me.
Fall out of my chair.
Yeah, I get it. You got to give me the player talk and all that, and give the team respect and all that. But you know,
maybe he didn't watch any of the game highlight film. You know,
don't
Maybe
insult
it's
our
not.
intelligence on that one. Come on, Tom. You know, I love my Dolphins, but I know they're the 32nd team in the NFL. Okay, I just know they are, and I'm good with that. It's fine. This is not about winning, and this is not and I want to welcome somebody on board to common sense. First, it was Dave Hyde. Guess who? Did you read Greg Cody's
Yeah, I
article
just
today?
saw that. I'm like,
All right.
Greg was the first one to put up that. Are you disappointed? Are you semi-disappointed?
Right, well, it's a poll
after,
question.
you
He
know,
does the poll question
it
thing
was
all the time.
right after with
Right,
the
right.
quickness.
Well, you got to put
But
that poll question
you
up,
know
of
what?
course.
I just hope that they all stay the course for the whole ride of because this is gonna. We just started.
It'll be painful.
We just
It'll be
started.
painful.
This is gonna. I'm wondering where we're gonna be at, like going into Washington and then it happening again after Washington.
Can I bring it back
Okay.
full circle to
Go for it.
Vegas, baby? Vegas. When we're in Vegas, okay, Dolphin Nation, we're all hanging out in Vegas, having a great freaking time, and we're going over I'm already getting goosebumps. I swear I just got goosebumps thinking about Vegas and the draft. When we're all in Vegas talking draft, okay, and seeing all the picks, and then we're done with day one, and then we're done with day two, and we're done with day three, and we're done with the weekend, watch what you're going to think. You're going to go, all of this was so worth it, man. So worth it. And then when you go into the training camp and you start seeing a whole bunch of young guys that now you can start to watch grow together, all of that, that will be exciting. And then this general manager, again, will have more picks going into that season again. And we'll be in that draft again the following year, looking at that third wave of players. And the last two waves, next year's and 2021, are going to be the biggest wave of additions that you've ever seen as a Miami Dolphins fan. And then that's when we're all going to sit back and say, okay, man, on the field it was rough, but it was rougher for 20 years when they kept telling us we're going to win and they weren't. Now you got a real shot at winning on a sustained level. And that's what I'm talking about. And that's why it's nice to see Greg Cody on board, understanding that the status quo was stupid. Oh, no, let's keep some of the players and try to keep winning and still rebuild it. No, you can't. You can't, because if you keep trying to win, then you got to keep trying to buy players and buy free agents, and you got to get your draft picks, and you'll have bad contracts that won't allow you to do other things. No. This is the way to do it, where you're going to have all flexibility. Have you noticed that the Cowboys keep signing all their people? Do you know why? Because they're not spending all the money on free agency anymore. They used to do all that stupid stuff too, Jerry Jones. They would go out and win the offseason. No. Now all they do is they spend their money re-signing their own guys. Wow, what a concept. Hey, let's kick ass in the draft. Let's develop our own players in our own culture who fall in love with our culture, who want to play for us. We know them inside and out because we've coached them every day of the week. And now we don't have to take chances and go sign free agents from other teams that we have not coached them. We really don't know them. We just kind of know their stats. That doesn't work.
Build from within.
Yeah, you got to build from within because those are the players that are going to care the most about your franchise, about what you're all about. You know why? They've helped build it because they've been a part of it from the get-go, so they kind of feel that it's a little piece of theirs. That's what all those Patriot guys feel. That everybody knows it's Belichick is the man, but they all kind of feel. You think Edelman doesn't walk around with his Patriot pride from beginning to end? Of course he does. So that's what you want on your team. That's how they feel at the Ravens, and that's how they feel in any other team that builds from within. Because that's how you're supposed to do it. So it's nice to see that Greg Cody and Dave Hyde are on board and they understand what's actually going on. I love it. Instead of whining and crying, and it's like the last 20 years have been a joke. Is that really what you want to be a part of?
The only thing is we're only a week in, okay?
I'm fine.
It's going to be
I'm fine.
a lot of this reiterating and reminding ourselves,
Yeah,
hey,
you'll get it here.
The draft day is coming.
Right.
You know what? We're going to be king for that weekend.
Listen here to this show every day and every week, and we'll keep you level-headed. will keep you sane.
Grounded.
Yeah, it'll be a tough year. I get it. We're going to see loss after loss after loss, but I just think it all makes sense. And in the end, they're going to be in a much better place. One gentleman says, I'm there for the draft in Vegas. I'm the one that texted you yesterday suggesting a quick drive for me, Bill and Simi. So Bill is going to be there from Simi Valley. I love it, Bill.
Think about this.
Look forward to meeting you.
We are going to be kings that weekend. We have the most picks. We're going to be involved. This whole season.
They're going to drive the draft. They're going to drive the draft. How cool is that? Because we've seen it before that other teams have all these picks. And then at the beginning of the draft, they say, well, the team that's going to control this draft is this team. The Cleveland Browns, the Philadelphia Eagles, the New England Patriots, because they've got 46 picks in the first 48 picks of the draft. Well, that's going to be the Miami Dolphins. And they're going to have a guy that's going to be wheeling and dealing, like he has been, by the way. The Rosen trade was a steal. The Tunsil trade was it was I can't call it, has to be like a 10 Brinks truck robbery. Not just one Brinks truck, 10 of them. To get what they got for Tunsil, that was just absolutely phenomenal. Doesn't get better than that.
Did you see that dog? The tile floor, nice and cold, and just laid out.
Yeah, of course.
Like laying on a block of ice.
Hey, man, when you put your head on the pillow, right? Boom, it's nice and cold, that pillow, and it's heaven. So if you're a doggy, you wanna lie on that floor because it's nice and cold here. It Paws for you. It's a beautiful thing. They take care of their animals out here, and they do border also, by the way. So if you are going on a trip, because I've done it. And the cool part is they've got you can still watch them, right? You can do that stuff. Can you watch them? Yeah, you have some of the booths where you can actually watch your dogs too while you're on the trip. How about that? It's a beautiful thing. That's where I border my dogs here. So whenever I have a trip, they're bordering now. There you go. He's an alumni? Oh, okay, there you go. Like my dogs. Ha ha. So, yeah, they border here, too. So if you live in this area and you're going on a trip, they do an awesome job of taking care of your animals. And you can check up on them. That's what I did. Like on my cell phone, I could check up on my dogs all the time. It was awesome. They walk them every day, several times. They take care of them. It's really, really, they're such great people out here at pawsforyou.org. I can't say enough about them. That's why this is one of my favorite stops now when we do this. And we're going to stop at a couple different places, but this is going to be one of my favorites because I just love dogs. And if you get an opportunity to adopt one, this is a great place for you to come on out and see Carol and all the great people out here at pawsforyou.org. All right, if you want to get in, 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105. 1105, and we're going to show you a couple of doggies now. Carol's going to bring out a doggie or two for adoptions, so we'll be able to show you a little bit of that, and maybe that'll inspire you to come on down here to 8717 Southwest 134th Street out here in Pinecrest and adopt a doggie, which is a beautiful thing. Okay, you're going to love it. I'm telling you, your kids are going to love it too. If you got kids and they want a dog. They got all kinds of dogs here, so we'll bring some. And by the way, I wore the appropriate shirt today, okay? I wore a little Snoop Dogg. So I figured, right? I got to go into my concert closet, and I said, well, what concert shirt am I going to wear today for a Pause for you, right? And I figured, hey, I got a Snoop Dogg shirt from the concert. Why not? It's a little big on me because it's a double XL. From when I was slightly bigger, but that's all right. It's nice and loose. So we got a little Snoop Dogg action, which is a beautiful thing. All right, let's see what we got here on the accentlawfirm.com text line. I've listened to you for years now. Please tell me. I've been a fan since 1970. I'm 54 years old, and I'm all in for this stockpiling of picks. He has to hit on these picks. Dean from Connecticut. And Dean, listen, I'm with you, my brother. they've got to hit on the picks. But if you really look at it, at the drafts he's been in charge of now the last couple of years, Chris Greer's been hitting on picks. He hit on Tunsil.
We're at like a over 50% ratio.
Yeah,
is that right?
he's doing pretty damn good. Look at the last 3 drafts. We can't count the last one because it just happened. Oh, you miss on Charles Harris, you hit on Minka, and you hit on Tunsil. So that's 2 of 3. And if Christian Wilkins becomes good, that's 3 of 4. And you find Xavier Howard and Davin Godchow in the 5th round. Vincent Taylor was a good pick. It just didn't fit this new scheme that they have. But he's going to be in the league for a long, long time. That's a good pick in the 6th round. Jakeem Grant was a good pick in the 5th round. What's it called? Kenyon Drake was a good pick in the 3rd round. Kalen Ballage was a good pick in the 4th round. I mean, you start to look at it, he's hit on a lot of picks.
We got a plethora of picks for him, but Tunsil is
Turned it into 2 more extra picks.
well,
2
3.
first-rounders
and a second.
Well, but the first rounder is his first, so you only get an extra first and a second. So you turned it into
the balance.
2 extra picks to it. I mean, I don't know if we can ask more from the guy. He signs Bobby McCain early. He signs Xavier Howard early. He signs Jakeem Grant early. I mean, Jesse Davis is a nice backup rotational guy. I know he's starting now, but he gave him a reasonable contract that they can easily get out of. $5 million a year is nothing for an offensive lineman at this point. And so he's doing things to set the team up for the future and also put it in a good cap position also, because when you sign players early, you get a little bit of a discount. And by getting that discount long term, you save yourself cap space because the cap will continue to grow, but then that salary is not going to grow nearly as much as it would have if you would allowed him to reach free agency, which is what the Miami Dolphins used to do all the time. They would allow their players to reach free agency.
It's a simple math, man.
Yeah.
You save about $2 million a year when you sign your guy early. You do that with 4 players, there's $8 million. That's another good, solid starter.
Yep. No, I'm with you. Rashad Jones, by the way, has missed practice with an ankle injury. Albert Wilson also missing practice today with the hip and calf injuries. Albert Wilson, now we kind of have to look at that and say this is an injury-prone guy. Unfortunately, that all you've had from him. Remember, he wasn't a frontline player in Kansas City. And so now he becomes a frontline player, and he got out for the year last year, and now he's banged up again. And so you got to be careful here with this one with Albert Wilson. Trent Harris still out with the foot injury. He has not played. He has not practiced since he was signed after New England ended up cutting him. Let's see what else. And both Kenyon Drake and Minka Fitzpatrick were asked yesterday if they have asked for trades, and neither one has asked for a trade. So I'm still waiting for players to revolt, and where are all those players asking for trades? I mean, talk about, drama. Where's the drama?
That even was national.
I know.
Okay.
Because it's like I told you
nothing.
yesterday, it's a juicy headline. It's smart. This is what you do. This is how you stir it up.
There's no substance.
I get it.
This is smoke and mirrors and bullcrap.
I get it. But that's the juicy stuff. But when I read that story right away about the revolt, I told you guys right away that there's no way there could be a revolt. They're too young. If it was a veteran-laden locker room like it was on Cam Cameron and they hated the guy, then yeah, now you know why you were 1-15. It was a bad team, but you really shouldn't have been 1-15. Should have been a little better. But because of Cam Cameron, they hated the guy. They tuned his ass out. So that was the problem there. 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the accidentlawfirm.com text line. Of course, you can reach out to us on Twitter. You got any questions, reach out to us on Twitter at Big O Show. Two Dolphins podcast is saying, Big O Show, we were listening to yesterday's cast, and we were wondering where that draft party was going to be. Alex and Scott are booking Vegas for the draft now and would love to have a conversation with you. All right? Yeah, well, let's do it anytime. Anytime, gentlemen. And we'll I'll find out from NorCal's usually listening to the show. NorCal can fill us in on what hotel is going to be the Miami Dolphins headquarters, basically, in Vegas. Because that's really what we need, right? Dolphin Nation needs to take over a hotel for the draft. We need to own that whole piece of property. It's got to be aqua and orange all over the place. Please bring the old logos. Please. I beg of you.
Did you see that one yesterday, the original?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, the
Tommy,
wallpaper they were putting out.
oh.
So awesome. So awesome. They're going to go back to it.
They got the throwback.
They're going to go
jerseys.
back to it, man. Once this thing expires with the whale, and then they'll dump this terrible logo, and they'll get back to the classic logo. I think they're going to do that.
Supposedly they're doing the throwbacks this weekend. I got to tell you, the new style jersey with the throwback look.
It looks great.
Man,
It
that
looks
is
great.
so
Yeah.
Even the Canes. The Canes with the original, with the new style.
Yes.
Man, it's gorgeous.
Yep. NorCal says we will own a place down there. So I'm looking forward to that. He's listening. NorCal, thank you, my brother. You're always listening. You are the best, my man.
We're going to tear it up.
One guy says, cue the song. Oh, I'm so excited. What song do you want me to cue, bro? What song? What do I do? David Kovari says, why aren't we starting Rosen now? We have nothing to lose. That's why the fans booed the first game. Give the fans a sliver of hope, something to root for this season. My brother, did you watch Ryan Fitzpatrick at all running for his life, David? Did you watch that? I mean, it's a good thing for Rosen to sit these 4 games and watch. He'll play again on Sunday. He'll play in the second half. They'll be routed in all these 4 games, and he'll play, and you'll see he'll get the start. He'll get your 12 games. You'll get your sliver of hope. I think they want to get through this first month. It's a brutal stretch. Don't start the kid off on such a terrible note. Let the 5 linemen kind of get 4 games under their belt so they can play a little better. I mean, think about this. If you throw Rosen out in the first game where the right side of the line was they just came together. They just brought in Julian, and they just added Danny Isadora, and those 2 guys were your new starters. Can't do that, ladies and gentlemen. You got have a little patience. Listen, the amount of time he gets in the next 4 games will be no problem. I'm telling you, it'll be cool. It'll be fine, and then he's going to start with those 12 games. And he'll have plenty of time to actually get it going. Okay? So don't worry about it.
Yeah, and also we want Rosen to not get killed. You know what I mean? You saw the way, like you said, Fitzpatrick was running for his life. We want the kid to get through the games.
Right. No, I'm with you. I'm with you all the way. That's why, folks, I'm telling you, you got to have just some patience. There's no hurry here. In 12 games, you will find out the same thing in 16. But the key is let's prepare the kid as much as possible so he can have success. In Arizona, they didn't prepare him mentally, so they threw him out there, and physically they weren't ready to do all of that. So then this was going to be an issue for them. And that's why he looked terrible last year, and he took a beating. So if you want him to at least survive, if you want him to at least look half decent, teach him the game, teach him the offense, let the guys in front of him settle down a little bit. they'll never be what they need to be. Okay?
I have a feeling I know. I have a feeling I know what song they wanted.
What song is it that they want? Ah!
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl.
One day.
Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins.
All right. There you go. You got your song. So it's beautiful. And like I told you, we're out here at pawsforyou.org. And Carol, of course, is the director here, and she runs pawsforyou.org. I've known Carol now for a few years. And as I told you guys, this is a phenomenal place to come and adopt a doggy or a cat. That's why it's called Paws for You. And they're here at 8717 Southwest 134th Street in Pinecrest, right behind the falls, okay? And it's where the Red Lobster Shopping Center. We're right behind that, okay? And you'll be able to see it. But just put it into your GPS, 8717 Southwest 134th Street. And so Carol's joining me now because she's got a doggy here, one of many doggies. But this is a great story, by the way, Carol. And you and your staff, you're just angels for doing what you did. Let's talk about this beautiful dog that's with you right now.
Oh, thank you, and thank you for being here with us today. I thought it was fitting for the show because you were talking about injuries, and we have Olive here. And Olive was living on a construction site where construction workers were
So cute.
feeding their leftover foods, and a Good Samaritan was able to actually catch her and brought her into us. And unfortunately, Olive had a dislocated shoulder.
Wow.
So she had to
So
go see
shame.
the surgeon, and it took him quite a while to get
Oh. All right, she wants off. She wants off.
we can film her still to get her shoulder or her elbow back in place. So she's going to be in this cast now for about 5 more weeks, and we're praying that the plates and the screws that they put in there all put her back together again. But she's a wonderful little dog. She's good with other dogs. She's about 2 years old. And unfortunately, this is just what we see here in Miami-Dade County, the pet overpopulation problem. So we're glad we're able to help little guys like this.
Yeah, no doubt. And you guys have done so much. How many adoptions do you have overall since you started? Do you have
Oh
that
my
number?
gosh. Oh, we were asked that. It's about 7,500.
Wow, that is so awesome.
Yeah, and that's from when we really started pushing them in. We're on track to do 400 this year.
That is fantastic. 400 and let's do more than 400, folks, okay?
Yeah.
Let's do more than that. That would be absolutely awesome if we're able to do that. And tell us a little bit about the animals that you do have here, so folks can they can go online, they can check them out because you've got pictures of them. So if they find a doggy or a cat that they like, they can come on down and check it out.
Definitely. We have a great website. It's www.paws4you.org. Our volunteer photographers do an amazing job capturing the images of these dogs. We, at one time, had a lot of beagles. Then it seemed like Chihuahuas were the trend, and now I think we're an American Bulldog rescue.
Okay.
We've got some great, strong, big dogs that are very fitting to your show, which we need some good, strong men and some great families to come adopt. And the more we can adopt out, the more dogs we can save, because we are a revolving door here, and we cannot take every single dog, and it's sad.
Wow, and to have to turn down a dog, that's got to be heartbreaking for you when you're loaded and you're full.
It really is, and that's one reason why we really need to test their temperaments too. A lot of these dogs are coming in off of the streets, and we need to make sure that we can at least socialize them, so that way when they are sitting in a boarding situation, that their aggression or their behavior doesn't get worse, but that we can actually enrich their lives and put them into our buddy walking programs and really socialize them so they are a good fit when they get home.
And you guys have certain events every month. You've got the Pups and Pints. You're at PetSmart. You've got the open house. These are ways that people can connect with you guys and connect with the pets. So let's talk a little bit about that so folks can know about it.
Pups and Pints is great. We're at Concrete Beach Brewery. We'll actually be there this weekend on Sunday. They do a wonderful partnership with us. I mean, what's better, beers and dogs? So it's a great day. It can even be a family day. They allow children there. And we just network with them, and they're actually supporting our Halloween event in October, which you can find out details on our website. And we just appreciate the community partners that we have, just like you have the sponsors for the show. We couldn't do it without our local community. Open house is on our first and third Saturday of every single month. We
Okay.
open up our doors to the public. We invite them to come for a tour, meet some of our dogs, find out ways to volunteer. And people that walk through here, they're like, oh my gosh, I never knew you were even here. The building's actually been here since 1965, but we were fortunate through a very generous donation to be able to move in and call this our home since 2013.
Wow, that is so awesome. And I know that you guys you're always looking for volunteers. So if there are people out there that you've got a great heart and you want to dedicate some of your time to help Carol and this amazing staff help these animals find homes, help these angels find homes, because to me that's what they are. They're not animals, they're angels.
Yep.
Over
They can visit our website, and there's an application they can fill out, which really just tells us maybe what it is that they want to do, whether it's admin work, running with the dogs, helping us transport dogs. We do save dogs from Miami-Dade Animal Services, so a lot of times we need people helping us with the freedom rides, taking them to and from the veterinarian.
Are you looking for somebody
Just-
for social media, by the way?
We could use help with social media.
There you go. Somebody,
definitely.
if you're crafty with social media, they need help, and you'd be helping out a lot of animals. So if there's some of you out there that might be crafty with social media, they need some volunteers. That would be awesome.
Was that a cheap shot at me? Because I'm so talented in that area.
Well, you were taking enough shots at yourself, actually. So, not me. I am not saying anything. I'm just,
right.
I just heard you say that you needed some help. So I want to make sure. I wanted to get out there because we have such a large audience that maybe there's somebody out there that's got a big heart and they're really good
Yeah, no,
with social media.
Definitely. Social media, marketing, any profession that you do or hobby nowadays that you do, just bring it to us because it will only benefit the dogs and the organization in the long run.
That's right. And you also do boarding. So for those folks, see, because while they take care of your dog, it's not that they're using the money for profits. They're using the boarding money to take care of the dogs. You know what I'm saying? So they have all those dogs, all these angels that we're trying to find homes. And then they've got a portion of the building where if you have a dog and you're going out on a trip and you don't know who can take care of them, and and for those of you that are like me, I don't leave my dogs with just anybody. Okay. I got to know that you're going to treat my dogs like humans almost, pretty much. Okay. And that's what they do here. And so that's why I can leave my dogs here with trust. They even have that. What's that app you guys use that people can check out their doggies?
Oh, so that's for our indoor boarding area.
Yeah.
Well, all of our building is indoor and there is some outdoor, but we were part of a TV show and they turned that, bottomless pit of a closet that we all have in our house. Well, that was that room, and they turned it into a VIP boarding area. So there is an app that when you drop off your dog, we give you a passcode, and you can log on and you can watch your pet while you're traveling. And people
Beautiful.
absolutely love that.
Oh, I did it.
Yeah, no,
I did. I was
it's a
able to.
great
I
perk.
was able to watch all my doggies, and
Yeah.
we've got 4 of them. And so yes, I was able to watch my doggies, and I love that. It's peace of mind.
Yes,
You know what I
definitely.
mean?
It's like dropping your child off at a daycare.
Exactly.
And in today's world, these are many people's children. This is their choice.
It's funny because Carol, if you don't own dogs, you don't understand us.
It's correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when we say there are kids, people are like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" And yeah, dude, you don't own a dog. You don't know what I'm talking about. It's different when you own a dog and you love a dog. By the way, when you own and love your animal, it's you know what I mean.
And I think it's so important today, too, to teach this in schools and having the children grow up. And I've seen kids that they don't even want to get near a dog or a cat. And that's just, to
sad.
me, they're just so desensitized. And I just feel like they have trouble building relationships in the future, too, for it. And I mean, they're bringing dogs into schools now for children to read to
Yes.
them. I mean,
Yes.
there's just so many benefits of having an animal. So, you're
People
at
that
your
deal
limit.
with people that deal
Yeah.
with stress.
Yes.
I
Yes.
on my stressful days when I get home and my doggies are all over me, that just makes me feel just like a completely different person at that moment. I start smiling. You know, the second my dogs see me and then they're all wagging their tail and they're all over me, I forget about anything that's going on at that moment and just hang out with them. And I feel so much better.
Yeah,
You know, it's just therapy. It's therapeutic, actually.
it is.
All right, so next hour in the second half, you'll bring us out another
Yeah.
doggy or two
Yeah.
that maybe folks
I
can.
am. I'm going to bring out 2.
All right, let's go. And we'll
Separately,
find.
but
Yes,
2.
well, you got it, and we'll see if we can find some homes. Carol, thank you very much
Thanks,
as always.
guys.
You got it. Pause4u.org. That's the number 4.org. It is a phenomenal place, and I am so happy to be here doing this. All right, let's do this. Let's wrap up hour number 1 here on the program. Broadcast. We are going to do the second half now. Give us a couple minutes here. Bill has got a terrific rejoiner.
Little preview. Talking about the coordinators that Flores hired, buddies of his. Never had coordinator jobs. Obviously talking about New England and what they do and how they are.
Speaking of buddies, we'll talk about a guy that has a lot of buddies, too, in the second half, and he just never changes. But go ahead.
And then there was a nice 2 little piece about tackling, needing to do
Yes.
tackling drills and techniques on tackling, and then what we have to look forward to with this week just improving.
There you go. And remember, if you want to get in, you got some questions, you got some comments on the show, anything that you've got, any sponsors that want to come on board, 786-322-1105. You can send in your questions, your comments, your insults, all kinds of good stuff. On Twitter at Big O Show, Instagram, Big O Radio Show. Second half of the podcast broadcast from pause4u.org is coming up.
Well, it's 2 guys that I know very well, that I trust, that are bright, are good football coaches, and guys I felt like had all the qualities and had what it takes to be good coordinators. So, I'm confident in both guys, and I'm looking forward to watching them grow, improve, and get better, as we're all trying to do.
How many of us have them? Friends, ones we can depend on. Friends, how many of us have them? Friends.
Continuity is, the first thing that comes to mind. And then, they got good players, good coaches. There's a system in place, a culture in place, and it's a group of guys that work hard, that understand the game, and they have good leadership, really across the board. So all those things, amount to sustained success, I believe. They do a good job at all those things. They played well in all 3 phases: offense, defense, kicking game. They coached the game well. They played with good fundamentals, technique. They played well all around. It wasn't one particular area, which I think that's the thing that's impressive. They put pressure in all phases. Every snap counts. That's the kind of approach they take. It's a good approach to take. Well, we got pads on today. A couple of tackling drills. Some of them, we're going to have some contact in practice today. I think we need that. I think we need that as a team. I think we need that. And, we'll just continue to work at it.
I get right back on my feet again. Hit me with your best shot. Why don't you hit me with your best shot?
I think that's something that, as a defensive coach, is something I've harped on. I think it's, it can be a little bit of a lost art at times. Something that, we try to place a major emphasis on from a technique standpoint, from a keeping your head up standpoint, from a running your feet standpoint, from a wrapping up. And, in every game you see one of those nuances that isn't performed correctly. But that's, that's us, we're part of that as well. But it's something that, we need to train our players on better. And yeah, the rules are the rules though. We've got to coach through that. We've got to, find ways to continue to work on tackling and get better at it, regardless of the rules. I mean, they are what they are. No problem.
Hit me with your best shot. Come on, hit me with your best shot.
think it starts with identification of the front, identification of the possible blitzers, and then winning our matchups and just playing with, inside out, better fundamentals, better technique. That's what it is for us this week. It's about, this week to me is about the Miami Dolphins. It's about us improving and getting better individually, and if we do that, then hopefully we improve as a team. So that's kind of where my focus is. This team, the individuals on this team, this coaching staff, and improving on what wasn't a good performance last week. We're considering, lineup changes. We're considering, we got to be better. Everything's been considered, I would say, over the last couple of days. It's a lot of self-scout, a lot of reflection, some things that we need to do better. We've talked about that. We're going to try to improve those. It starts today in practice. That's the great thing about this game. Or the great thing about this opportunity is that we have an opportunity to go out and practice, improve, get better, and, right some of the wrongs from last week.
Just move on up toward your destination. Though you may find from time to time complication, and you cannot slip. Just move on up for peace to find into the steeple. There's only one kind. So hush not, child, and don't cry.
I'll move on up.
Folks might understand you.
That's what we want you to do. The song's Move On Up.
Move on up.
That's what we want you to do with the doggies here.
And keep on
adopt them. Move on up to your house.
Remember your dream is your only
pad.
scheme. So keep on.
Give them a little love. All right, we got it. We are ready for the second half of the podcast broadcast from pause4u.org. Carol and all the great people out here kind enough to host us. I love this place because I found two of my doggies here. So you got an opportunity to adopt a dog, come on out, man. This is a fantastic place. You are going to love it. Anyway, if you want to get in, 786-322-1105. One guy says on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, isn't the Marino Steakhouse still at Hooters Vegas on the Strip? They have a hotel also, just don't know if Marino's restaurant is still there. I have no idea. I don't know. You know what? We do have listeners that do listen in Vegas. So maybe they're listening right now and they can fill us in on that. But I don't know do we want to stay at the Hooters hotel? I think we want to pick a better hotel, right? I've been to that Hooters. It's right across from the MGM. I've walked by it. I don't know. I think we got to take over another hotel. But I don't know. I had no. First of all, I got to tell you something. Can I be completely honest about this? I had no idea Marino had a steakhouse inside the Hooters. I had no idea, and I've been to Vegas 100 times in the last year. No, I'm joking, but no, seriously, I've been to Vegas a ton over the years, and I never knew that. So thank you for filling me in on that one. Had no idea about that. Oh, I have to be honest with you. What's up with the shirts? Well, check your mail, okay? We're picking the winners, I think, tomorrow, and we're mailing them out. Well, you'll get them over the next couple days, the winners. I'm not telling you who the winners are. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. But we are going to send the winners, and we're asking the winners also, when you do get it, post it on social media. That's all. So whenever you do get a shirt, if you win a shirt, there you go. What else do we have here? I just spoke with him a bit ago. Okay. Well, this is something else that somebody's texting me about. And why are they sending it on the regular text line? Okay. That is funny. 786-322-1105 on the very active text line here on the program. We've talked a lot of Dolphins. You've heard a lot of Dolphins already talk. One of the cuts that I heard from Flores that caught my eye yesterday, and he was talking a little bit about being better prepared and about self-scouting. And I've been telling you guys that, listen, while I believe in Chris Grier and I think he is the guy for the job, I have no doubt in my mind, I have total confidence that Chris Grier is going to be able to get the job done. I don't know about Brian Flores. I don't know enough about the guy to say, oh, yeah, that guy is going to be a great head coach. There are some things that I like that he says, and then there are some things that he's done already that I'm not a big fan of. And so far, I'm not sure if he's great on communicating with players. Out over time, and I'm willing to give him a season or two to figure out, hey, do you have the right guy or not? But I'm not going to make a determination on him right away, okay? It's just not fair to him. We got to give him some time because he's kind of got to learn the position. And part of this is learning how to do things. And after you make mistakes, how do you recover from those mistakes, right? So it's talking about what he needs to address after the debacle against the Ravens, right? So let's, do we have it? Okay. Well, he was talking about self-scouting in the process and how important that is. And because they were asking him about lineup changes, were there going to be any lineup changes? Minkah Fitzpatrick talked a little bit about his role, how it's going to be different this week. And roles will be different a lot of times because they're going to do a lot of the things, or they're going to try to do a lot of the things that the Patriots do, that they adjust to different things. We have Flores there? All right, fire away.
I think it starts with identification of the front, identification of the possible blitzers, and then winning our matchups and just playing with, inside out, better fundamentals, better technique. That's what it is for us this week. It's about, this week to me is about the Miami Dolphins. It's about us improving and getting better individually, and if we do that, then hopefully we improve as a team. So that's kind of where my focus is. This team, the individuals on this team, this coaching staff, and improving on what wasn't a good performance last week. We're considering, lineup changes. We're considering, we got to be better. Everything's been considered, I would say, over the last couple of days. There's a lot of self-scout, a lot of reflection, some things that we need to do better. We've talked about that. We're going to try to improve those. It starts today in practice. That's the great thing about this game. Or great thing about this opportunity is that we have an opportunity to go out and practice, improve, get better, and, right some of the wrongs from last week.
There you go. And so that is Brian Flores. And listen, here's where it gets kind of tricky, Dolphin fans. And this is the way you've got to look at this. At least I believe this is the way you got to look at it. They're not going to go out there and dominate any opponent. That's not going to happen. They don't have the talent to dominate any opponent. They are probably going to get outplayed more often than not throughout the season because they have less talent than the other team. And in certain areas, they might be equal talent-wise, but the other team has a guy that's been playing football for 5, 7, or 10 years in the pros. You have a kid that's 1 or 2 years. So he might have the same physical abilities that his opponent has, but he doesn't have the experience. So he won't have the edge when he takes the field. The guy across the other side of the field will have the edge because he's got the experience. So there are going to be shortcomings on a consistent basis, week in and week out. You cannot focus your attention on the lack of talent, okay? What you got to focus in on is the dudes that do have talent. Minkah Fitzpatrick cannot get beaten that badly. And here's where I will defend Minkah to a certain extreme and say, yeah, I get it. You're out of place and you might be a little frustrated, but you got to compartmentalize. Remember what we were talking about in the first hour with the Patriots? Well, hey, my brother, I get it. You're not being placed in the right spot, but you got to have the right attitude about it. Because if you don't have the right attitude about it, and when you take the field, you're not going to be playing your best. And you just can't get beaten badly by people. You got to play better. I mean, Minka even mentioned it. Says whether the coaches might have put us in the right spot or not. In my case, in that play, I had to do a better, and he blamed himself as a stand-up guy that he is. He blamed himself on that one. And all you could do is respect that. But what I will say is you got to have a better attitude about it. And so what you want to focus in on is if Raekwon McMillan's playing, is he playing better? Is the question.
Let me ask you all, because look, Patriots are a better team than Baltimore. What kind of visual, what kind of look should we be looking to help us get through this weekend? Like, what would be the things that would help us get through this loss? Because bottom line, 59 to whatever the score was, it's probably going to be worse this weekend.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. That's why I'm saying that you have to just look at the individual players. How does Jerome Baker handle his assignments? Because that's the guy you want to build on. There are certain guys, like I'm not worried about whether Ryan Fitzpatrick plays well or not. He's not part of the future. So for me, he's not part of my equation. I'm not worried about him. In the second half, when they're losing by a bunch, then he'll come to the bench, and then I'll look at that quarterback position again, and I'll say, all right, now let me see what we got here because that's part of the future. That's what I want to learn. Preston Williams, what does he do? How does he play this week? Does he avoid some of the mistakes that he made last week and he plays a cleaner game? That's what I want to look at. Devontae Parker, do we get another healthy week from Devontae Parker and plays? Mike Gesicki didn't play bad last week. We can't say that he was terrible. He was all right, made a play and everything. So does he build on that? That's how I'm going to look at all of this. Godchow Wilkins. At defensive end, the only guy I can really look at is Charles Harris. I don't know if he's going to do anything or not, or is he going to be the same Charles Harris we've seen for a couple of years now. But I expect Wilkins and I expect Godchow to play better. So the guys that have a future, I'm not worried about Tank Carradine that they just brought back. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm not worried about that. Because I know that Tank Carradine is not part of the equation years 3 and 4 from now. But Jakeem Grant is. Right? Minka is. I'm hoping Michael Dieter is. These are the things that I'm hoping. Hey, Danny Isidora has only been in the league a couple of years. Maybe he finds his way here with Miami. I have no idea. You have no idea. We'll see. That's something you can build. Now, if it's an older veteran that's there, Rashad Jones, not worried about Rashad Jones. I already know what Rashad Jones is. I love the play he made inside the 5. That was a hell of a play last week. That was nice. And hey, listen, I'll enjoy those moments. I'll celebrate it. I'll commend the player. But I know what Rashad Jones is. He's not part of the future here. So why am I going to worry about that? Kalen Ballage, Kenyon Drake, how are they playing? I will say this. I love watching Ballage play. He runs hard, doesn't he? I mean, that guy runs with a purpose. I really enjoy watching Kalen Ballage play the game. Now, I know he doesn't have a great offensive line, so his job will be a little tougher. So I will take that into account when he's doing his job. But I do want to see when he has those holes. Does he hit them? Is he gaining yards? Is he playing hard? Is he trying to break tackles? All those things. That's how I'm going to look at it, because like I've told you guys now for over a month, collectively, this is not what it's about. They're not getting to the playoffs. They're not going to have a 500 record. They're not going to the Super Bowl. I don't expect them to be trashing the Patriots. I don't expect any of that because it's they are. But in certain areas, they can be a little more fundamentally sound. In certain areas, find out that at the end they're going, hey man, the Michael kid was a pretty good pick in the third round. Christian Wilkins, everything that was good with that. Locked up. We're good. We can get maybe a backup rotational tackle later on in the draft. First 2 years were aberration maybe, or he just did not look good in the system. We got to go get somebody else next to Christian Wilkins. That, my friends, I don't want to deal with. So that, if you ask me, that's what I'm looking at this weekend. I know whether it's right, either one of those guys are going to match what Tom Brady does. On defense, I know that as a collective unit, they're not going to be nearly as impactful or as good as the Patriots defense is, which, by the way, the Patriots defense is going to be awesome this year. Yeah, I know that's not what you want to hear, and I don't want to hear it either, but I just got to tell you the reality of what it is. It's pretty bad. 786-322-1105 for the accentlawfirm.com text line if you want to get in. Accident Law Firm text line. What else do we have here? Interest to all teams on the national level in order to see which one of those teams may be interested in any remaining vet. That could happen. But see, here's the thing. They don't have a lot left. Rashad Jones has got a bad shoulder and a $13 million salary. The team that wants him at strong safety, it's got to be a team that suffered some serious injuries and they're really desperate to take on whatever's left of that salary and the player. But outside of that, I mean, there aren't a lot of guys left over.
One of the running backs, maybe?
Kenyon Drake could be, because he's not part of your future probably. You're not signing him. He's, I think, hitting free agency after this year, if I'm correct. So, because I think this is his fourth year, I want to say. I think. Not sure. But, no, I think it's his third year, actually. He's got one more year now. Look it up for me. I think he's only been in the league. Yeah, no, it is 3. I think he's got one more year left. So if he does, then maybe he's not the guy you're looking for, and you could trade him if they have an injury at running back. That definitely could be an option. The thing is that Kenyon Drake's stats may not be great because of the people in front of him. And so then the assessment might be a little tough. And getting compensation might be even tougher. Although, the salary's not anything that really sets you back when you think about Kenyon Drake at this point in time. This is his fourth year? Okay. So then he's headed in free agency. So he's definitely not part of your future. He's done. They're not re-signing him at this point. I just don't. At least I don't expect it. All right, 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the program. That's 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the show. The New York Jets have their issues. Adam Gase is a guy that is not having a fun time. I don't know if you guys know this, but Sam Darnold has mono. So he apparently went out with some millennials, and he's probably making out with all kinds of chicks, and so I guess he picked up a little mono along the way. So he is going to not just miss this week, he could be missing a couple of weeks now with this situation. And then
14 has mono and will be out for this game. So Trevor will be starting. And Luke Falk will get elevated at some point, be the backup. So that would be that.
I have to say that there was a longer pause between that will be that. I shortened it a little bit. You could just see him with the, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to listen to you people Monday night after the loss.
For sure. For sure. And you know what you catch also from this? That Adam Gase has no creativity whatsoever. He never actually thinks outside the box. Okay? Think about this. Who's his backup quarterback? Trevor Siemian. Where was Trevor Siemian? The Denver Broncos. Where was Adam Gase? The Denver Broncos. Okay? He loses a wide receiver for the year. He trades for Demaryius Thomas. Where was Demaryius Thomas? Denver. Where was Adam Gase? Denver. He is going to activate his third quarterback from the practice squad. Who's his third quarterback? Luke Falk from Washington State. He's been in the league for 2 years now. Where was Luke Falk? He was with the Miami Dolphins. Where was Adam Gase? With the Miami Dolphins. Wow. He always signs his own guys. He doesn't have any creativity. He does not scout, I guess, other people that he did not play with, or he doesn't have confidence in his scouting ability to actually take a chance on somebody he didn't play with, or didn't coach, that is, in this case. I mean, the Sam Darnold situation, Manish Mehta wrote that he wasn't a Darnold fan. He was more of a Josh Allen fan, and he was really a Baker Mayfield guy, which that was already reported down here last year, that he was really high on Baker Mayfield. But obviously Miami could not work its way all the way up to get Baker Mayfield at that point. Can you imagine if the Jets beat the Browns and Baker Mayfield? Wow. How bad is that going to be if you end up losing? Now, I don't think that's going to be the case. I'm pretty sure the Jets will lose that game without Sam Darnold. Hell, they might have lost it with Sam Darnold. But since the Browns are kind of set to win that, can you imagine if
you want to see the potential meltdown?
Oh, it's going. Listen,
nuclear.
The meltdown is going either way. Le'Veon Bell is banged up now. He will have an MRI on his shoulder. Now, they don't think the Le'Veon Bell shoulder injury is serious. They think it's more soreness than anything else, is what I'm reading, and that's what my notes say after reading. But Adam Gase, I got to tell you, it's not so much about the Jets. I think I told some of you guys this yesterday. It's not really about watching the Jets lose, okay? I mean, we could do that every year pretty much. I'm not worried about that. But I will admit, I am going to enjoy watching Adam Gase lose. Yes. Yes, I will enjoy Adam Gase cringing and wanting to just rip the liver out of his body. Yes. I have to admit that. That is one that I look at and I say, okay, yeah, this is funny. This is good. Adam Gase. Struggling, as Joe Namath would say. Let's see. Didn't this guy coach up here in Philly for about a week? Pot calling kettle. Oh, okay. Oh, you're talking about Manny Diaz. We'll get into that one, okay? Players in already giving up. What was NorCal saying here? Let me see what he texted in.
Yeah,
already giving up on Gase. Jets suck.
Diaz was there for about a half a second.
Yeah. Half a second. Well, hey, what the guy was chiming in on, it's because Manny Diaz has got a quote in the paper in the Athletic. Manny Navarro wrote this, and let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. Marcus Clark, a 3-star recruit from Winter Park, said, he told me that once I'm fully committed, he didn't want me to take any more official visits because Miami is the place to be, and no other place is really worth visiting if you really want to be committed to the new Miami, Clark said on Tuesday. And that sounds all well and good in theory by Manny Diaz. And I like Manny Diaz, and I root for Manny Diaz in a big-time way. But that's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's unrealistic. It's insulting to a certain extent. So when you go buy a car, you just look at one car? Or you don't look at your options? Did you just marry the first person you met? Or did you actually like go out with different people to see if you find somebody that's compatible? I'm just wondering. And if you're looking for a job, aren't you going to look for a job that maybe you're going to look for options? Right? You're a nurse. You want to see what they pay at Jackson, what they pay at Broward Regional, and what they pay at Boca Regional. I don't even know if they exist, but whatever. I'm just throwing it out there. Right? I mean, that's what smart people do, right? Hey, man, just watch Johnny Be Good from back in the day with Anthony Michael Hall. And you know what I'm talking about. You got to take your trips. You got to go have some fun, if you know what I mean. So, yeah. And you millennials and Generation Zs that I just lost on there, Anthony Michael Hall, Johnny Be Good. All right? Go watch the movie. Have fun. A lot of good actors in that movie, actually. So, Iron Man is in that movie as a kid. He's like a total goofball in that movie.
1 week he's the GQ guy. The next week he's the country
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. It's awesome. Michael Downey. Is it Michael Downey? No, it's not Michael Downey, right? Robert Downey. Robert Downey Jr. is awesome in that movie. He's funny. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is definitely funny in that movie. You got to check it out. So there you go. But once you see Johnny Be Good, you'll understand why kids got to take their visits, man. That's nice and all well and good for Manny to say something like that, but it's not realistic, man. Even Alabama commits. They visit other places, want to just check it out. Maybe they don't want to commit, but they just want to see. They want to see, they want to feel, they want to touch.
Well,
that's all.
That's another thing. Some of these kids don't get a chance to travel. They get a
Right.
chance to get exposed
Great
to different
point.
things, see things, and you're trying to limit their exposure.
Right. It's unrealistic. It's not. That's fan crap right there. What Manny's thinking, and and the blind ass fan goes with it. Oh yeah, Manny's right. If you're committed to the U, yeah, that's it. Don't visit anything else. Don't do anything else. Just us. You don't want to come to us? Get out of here. No, that's not how it goes. That's not. If that's what you would do to your kid, then you're actually doing your son or daughter a disservice. Okay? Because if Stanford, UConn, Miami, and Georgia are recruiting you, you don't just visit one of them and say, forget the others. No, man, visit all four. Find out what they're all about. Find out what they're all offering. That way you have all of the information, and now you know where you want to go. So even if you commit to Miami early on and somebody else wants to offer you a scholarship, you take the visit. And vice versa. You're committed to Florida State or you're committed to Tennessee and Miami offers you. So let me ask you something. Is Manny not going to talk to anybody that's verbally committed already? Or is he not going to try to talk somebody away from their verbal commitment? I'm just saying. Right? I mean, what's fair is fair, Manny. I mean, listen, I'm a Manny Diaz guy. I'm rooting for Manny Diaz, but let's not get ridiculous now. Okay? I'm going to be objective about all of this. You cannot tell somebody not to explore their options. Is that what you do, Bill? You just walk into the meat market and grab the first steak that's there
No.
on the counter and just walk away. You don't look at any of the other steaks. You don't compare which one has more fat than the other. You don't look at right? Yeah, but
Yes.
you must grab the first steak or the first chicken and just keep walking.
Although you did mention Tennessee and the way Tennessee's been the last.
You still visit
Call
them.
them off the ledge.
You
Call
st-
them off the ledge.
but you
Pick
still-
another place.
But you still visit.
You might want to go check out, the Blue Ridge Mountains. I mean,
Johnny be good. You still visit. You just don't know what happens on the 50-yard line. Okay?
Ah.
You just don't know. And those of you that haven't seen Johnny Be Good, you didn't get that joke. Those of you that watch Johnny Be Good, you got that joke and you were laughing a little bit. You were smiling a little bit. You were enjoying it because you know what I'm talking about. Just watch Johnny Be Good. In fact, copy of Johnny Be Good. Yeah, that's what he needs.
It's a little enlightenment.
Yeah. He needs Anthony Michael Hall to show up with alligator boots and all kinds of chains. Yeah. Definitely. Straight pimping. It's kind of what he looked like, actually. So there you go. I just, to me, I found that just unrealistic. And a short to a certain
See what they got.
You gotta. Because you never know what happens on the 50-yard line. You have to. It's a must. It's the responsible thing to do. Listen, when Manny wins and gets everything going, he'll never have to worry about that, just like all the other coaches that had success. Once you and look at it for what it is.
Incredibly short-sighted.
Yeah. No, I don't want you to take another visit. Around. Anyway, you might have gotten away with that 20, 30, 40 years ago. But nowadays, the way kids are, There's no way you're getting away with that kind of stuff. And they will, it's what Bill says, they will be insulted by it. He was 4-3 because he took over as a interim. Then he went 9-5 and then went 6-7. That's where I got it. So his third year, he was 6-7. He took a step back. Then he took off 10-4, 11-2, 11-2, 10-3, 14-1, 14-1, 12-2, and 15-0. And right now he's at 2-0. So there you go. It was kind of a 3-year thing where he had to kind of figure things out, and then in year 4 he was able to absolutely take off after that. Pretty impressive for Dabo Swinney. But I thought that part with Manny Diaz, I thought that was, I'm like, yeah, Manny, slow your roll, bro. Listen, let me tell you something. If he had won already a couple championships and he's 8-9 years into his tenure, and he says, I want guys that commit to us right away. I can see where he's thinking like that. It's still wrong, but right now where you haven't won anything and you're still just a rookie coach, this is not one that you have to sell at this point in time. Carol, by the way, we're out here at pauseforyou.org, and we're at 8717 Southwest 134th Crest. And we've got all kinds of doggies and cats for you to adopt. And Carol's got another dog that she wants to share with us, a special dog. He's been here for a little bit, and he is a happy-go-lucky dog, and he would make somebody really, really happy. So tell us a little bit, Carol, about this doggy that needs a new home. Man, he's cute. Isn't he beautiful? Yeah, wait a minute. Her mic's not on. Hold on. Here we go. Go ahead, Carol.
Hello. This is Tigger. Tigger is an amazing, obedient, loving dog.
Does he hop on his tail?
Does he hop on his tail? Well, in his earlier years, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he hops on his tail, and he actually hopped himself all the way to Pennsylvania when we thought Dorian was coming. We have a student, Buddy Walker, that is in love with him, and she thought University of Miami was going to cancel classes, so she took him on a road trip, and he did phenomenal. Tigger has no issues. I would put him in a bed with a newborn baby.
Wow.
His issue is it's minor. He doesn't like every dog that he meets. But then again, you and I are like that too, right?
Oh yeah, there are dogs like that, and there are people that we don't like other people. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so he would be a good single dog, somebody who wants a family pet, and maybe their family. If you only had him, you wouldn't be able to bring other dogs in the home, so you wouldn't be up to your 4.
Right.
So,
exactly.
But he's super, super special. We want to find him a home. He's got beautiful markings, as you can see.
Yeah, he's so cute.
He loves to give kisses. He loves to go for walks and runs, and he's just a great all-around family dog. He actually has his own Instagram a page. So if you want to follow him on Instagram, I'm going to get back to you with that.
Okay. All right.
Tigger.
All right.
I know what it is. It's adopt_Tigger.
Oh, okay. Adopt_Tigger. How about
Yeah,
that?
follow
So not
Tigger.
only do you can adopt Tigger, you can adopt his Instagram account. How cool is that? You get a doggy with his own Instagram account. That is so cool right there.
Super cool, and he's starting to build his fan base. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yep, he's got his followers.
So you get a dog that markets himself. I mean, that dog's going to make you money. How about that? That is awesome right there. Pauseforyou.org, and the 4 is the number for you.org. And again, 8717 Southwest 134th Street in Pinecrest. Tigger. So come on out. You need a single dog for your home. Single dog. Tigger is the one.
He's definitely my choice. And also, we have somebody. You said you
You're
wanted
gonna bring me a little puppy?
We have it. Let me
I
go
like
grab
it. I like it. I like it.
His name is Chucky.
I get to hold Chucky now because I got my Snoop Dogg shirt. So we're going to show you Chucky now that you get an opportunity to adopt Chucky. Again, go to the website, pauseforyou.org. Go to the website. They've got pictures of all the doggies there and cats, and you can. Look at that. Look at that. And so I'm about to get Chucky now. I got Chucky. Chucky, how you doing, Chucky? Dogs love me. Dogs know that I am their protector. Hey, you're growling at me?
No, he does, and then pull your head away, and then you go back and forth, and he just like. So Chucky is about 3 months old.
Chucky's so cute, isn't he? Look at that.
He's the last one of his litter. There were 6 of them, and they're all 5 of his siblings are adopted. His parents came in as strays. She had her babies here with us,
He's giving me kisses. Uh-huh.
and he is maybe he'll go home with you.
Oh.
You're at your limit.
I'm at my limit. My wife would kill me. If I bring another dog home, she would lose her mind, unfortunately. I do want to take Chucky home. Because look at this. How do you not want to take this home? Right? I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look how beautiful this dog is. Look at him. He's cool. He's a hangout dog, too.
Totally chill. Very, very. The whole litter was really chill.
They were a chill litter?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. See? So he's the one left from the litter. Somebody out there needs to save Chucky and bring him home. Do you know how much your kids would love Chucky? Look at that. You bring this dog home, they're going to love you forever. Say hi, Chucky. Hi, Chucky. Say hi.
Chucky's looking at Jelly Bean now.
Oh, there
Jelly
you go.
Bean just came in.
Oh, there you go.
Jelly Bean's looking for a home too.
Okay, let's see Jelly Bean.
Jelly Bean's a year old. Come here, Jelly Bean.
Jelly Bean's a year old?
Yes,
Wow.
He is phenomenal with
Beautiful.
other dogs, phenomenal with children. He is a happy-go-lucky guy as well. Just housebroken, just a really good dog, but you have something like Chucky in your arms.
Yes.
And then you've got Jelly Bean here, and unfortunately people
But Jelly Bean will be a bigger dog.
Jelly Bean's pretty much full grown, yes.
Oh,
Jelly
really?
Bean will be a bigger dog. Chucky will be 20 to 25 pounds.
Okay.
But it's when they get to be an adult size, people don't want them anymore, and it's harder to adopt them out. And
Yeah.
he's just, to me, I like this age. They're housebroken already.
Yeah, exactly.
They've got their routine down. Chucky, you're going to have to watch your shoes. You're going to have to
Oh,
watch
yeah.
your ankles.
Oh, I know about that kind of stuff.
Those razor sharp little
Yeah,
teeth.
my dogs they got past those stages already. I mean, Maiden was tough.
Yeah.
Maiden was eating everything up for a long, long time. She stopped now. She's finally. The only thing I can't leave her loose. We leave her loose all the time, but I mean, I got to watch her to make sure she doesn't get into our bathroom or any of the bathrooms, because she'll get into the trash and she'll throw it all out.
Yeah, I have a party with that trash can.
Yes, exactly. So that's the only time I got to watch Maiden. That's the only thing that she does now that it's like, hey, don't do this, don't. That's about it. But look at this. Look at Chucky. Look how cool Chucky is. Can you imagine your child doing homework and Chucky just hanging out there next to your child? That's what happens with my daughter. My daughter's doing homework, and then Flash is hanging out next to her, or Ziggy or Ollie. Maiden can't hang out. She's too electric. She's just like him.
Yeah, definitely.
Energetic like crazy. And I got Maiden here. Maiden and Flash, if you go to my Twitter page, you'll see 2 dogs that I put there, 2 of my 4, because those are the 2 that I adopted here at Paws for You. So there you go. I need somebody to come on out here and adopt Chucky, okay? And, of course, Jelly Bean. We need to get Jelly Bean.
And Tigger, too. That would be, woof.
Yeah, that would be awesome, okay? And you get a Twitter, and you get an Instagram account with it also. So with fans. Look at this. Look at this. Look how beautiful he is. Right, Chucky? You beautiful? Are you? Say something. See, he likes the mic too. See? He's definitely I really could take him home. I'd be in complete trouble, but man, I'd have a lot of fun.
Well, in the
Good boy.
meantime, you can follow him on Instagram. Our Instagram and Twitter accounts, everything is Paws for You,
Okay.
PAWS, the number 4, YOU.
There you go.
Thank you so much for
Oh,
having
thank
us.
you. No, we'll be back.
All right.
We'll be back.
All
And
right.
folks, pawsforyou.org.
Awesome.
Thank you, Carol. Appreciate it big time. So let's see if we can get them adopted. Oh, man, he is so sweet. I tell you, that's the only thing about this broadcast that will eat me up alive is that I can't take these dogs all home with me, because that's really what I want to do. I want to take them all home with me. And listen, again, you know how much you're going to make one of your kids' days or years? Although I know what some of you are thinking, right? All right, if I get the dog for my kid, he or she's going to love it, but I'm the one that's got to take care of it. Doesn't matter. My daughter loves our dogs, and she plays with all the dogs, but me and my wife basically take care of the dogs. It's the way it is. we don't force my daughter to take care of him. We do it. What the heck? It's no problem. She's got enough with medical school. It's like, okay, you could get the break with medical school. Okay, we'll give you a break. You don't have to take care of the dogs. So, but she gives them love. That's all. That's all you need the kids to do is give them love. We'll do the rest. We'll give them the love. We'll feed them. All that good stuff. It's a beautiful thing. Pauseforyou.org, okay? And they need volunteers also. So for those of you that want to volunteer, they need social media help too. So anybody out there that's creative with social media and you want to help out a great organization, that's what we're here to do. We're here to help too, man, okay? This isn't they're not paying me to be here at all. This is from my heart because I want to be here and I want to help. So I'm hoping you guys can open up your heart and help the great folks out here at pauseforyou.org find these angels a great home. All right. 786-322-1105. That's 786-322-1105 if you want to get in on the program as we take you, of course, till 3 o'clock. And that thing did shake it up quite a bit. It's it's completely now off kilter. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Anyway, so what's it called? All right, we talked a little Dolphins. We've talked a little Adam Gase in the process, and all the issues that the Jets are having. You know what's the other thing that I've been kind of laughing at with the articles and people overreacting is USA Basketball losing to Serbia in the FIBA World Cup. Let me ask those of you out there that are a little concerned about this. Why? Why are you concerned about this? Why is this a problem for you? I'm just wondering. I was going to say Miami. The U.S. didn't send their best. So that's why you end up losing. And the world has caught up a little bit when it comes to basketball. They're actually really good when it comes to basketball. If you've noticed, there's a lot of great international players in the NBA nowadays. So obviously, European teams are way better now than they used to be. Central and South American teams are way better. So if we're going to send our lesser pros, then they're going to get spanked. Because if you go look at the All-Star game, not everybody's American. There's actually several folks that are from other parts of the world. And they're representing other countries while they're in the NBA. But why would you be concerned and why are you so complaining about it? And, and this is a shock and this is an insult. I basically look at it like, well, we didn't send our best, so we're giving you the championship.
It's our game.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
beating us at our game.
Yeah, big deal, but you're not beating us at our game with our best. We're not sending our best, because if we sent our best, we would spank you and send you home. That's all. It's pretty simple. It's kind of like what was happening in baseball for a while now. Not anymore because, again, the rest of the world caught up to us in baseball. And so now maybe the Dominicans are the best in baseball worldwide. I don't know. But the point is, back in the day when we were sending our college kids and we were watching Jim Abbott, mow down the Cuban national team on one arm and Fidel's out there giving him a standing ovation, those were the rare moments. But more often than not, the young guys ended up getting spanked. And there's a reason why they were getting spanked. So that's why I'm telling you that it's just, I just find it's almost like we're writing articles and we're ranting on television and radio for no reason at all. It's because maybe we don't have anything else to complain or bitch about. So let's just complain or bitch about the FIBA World Championships. Like, I really give a rat's ass about the FIBA World Championships. Like, that's going to make me feel better as a fan that the U.S. won the FIBA. You tell me what makes you feel better. A FIBA championship or your NBA team winning the NBA championship, the real world championship? Yeah, I'll go with an NBA title. Sure, they win in the Olympics or whatever. That's cool. But give me a break. This overreaction. Oh, we're so insulted. We're losing in the FIBA championships to Serbia. Who cares? Just stuff that, to me, makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, we are wrapping it up here on the program. We want to thank Carol and all the great people out here at Paul's For You for making it nice and easy and smooth for us to broadcast out here. Of course, I want to thank everybody that tuned in, whether you're watching on Twitter, Periscope, YouTube, however it is you watch the show. We thank everybody that's downloading the show. Thousands are downloading, and we really appreciate it. The numbers that are coming up for our first month, we don't even finish our first month till the 21st, and the numbers are just absolutely outstanding, what's going on in the downloads. So thank you so much for the support. Bill and I are beside ourselves with the support you're giving us, and that's why we're going to keep cranking and keep working every day to give you the best possible program out there. We do want to remind you that our program is brought to you by CBD Coconut Creek. Go see Ryan Shantz and the great people at CBDCoconutCreek.com in Coconut Creek, 1311 Lions Road in the Lions Plaza. If you need the highest grade CBD oil, let me tell you, there's a lot of people out there selling CBD oil, and it's not high quality, and it's not high grade. You want the highest quality, you want the strongest CBD oil out there on the market, you got to go see CBDCoconutCreek.com. You can go to the website. Call my man Ryan at 954-366-6574, 954-366-6574. Look at my bags. They were black, okay? Look at them now. They're now like pinkish. They're getting lighter and lighter. They were like a dark red, and they're getting lighter and lighter and lighter every single day. I've been doing this for 2 months. He gave me this 2 weeks. He gave me this CBD roll-on oil that I put on twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, and it is amazing. I also have this CBD oil that I use for sleeping, that I put it in my water in the morning and one at night, and then when I go to sleep, it helps me sleep so much deeper. So you can use, they have CBD oil for all kinds of things, from stress to depression, to all kinds of things that people are using CBD oil to treat themselves, to help themselves, to feel better. And if you want quality CBD, not some of that Mickey Mouse stuff, you guys know that when I get together with a sponsor, it's because it is a quality sponsor, or if not, I do not associate myself with them. CBD Coconut Creek. Go see my man Ryan Shantz in Coconut Creek, 1311 Lions Road. All right, we thank everybody. Remember, you can reach out to us at any time on the accidentlawfirm.com text line, 786-322-1105. On behalf of Bill and myself, and of course, we thank all the great people out here at Paul's For You, Carol and everybody. We thank you for that. Tomorrow, we're going to be at Hialeah Park, broadcasting on Friday like we always do. So come on out and join us at Hialeah Park. We'll be out there. It's a 3-hour extravaganza tomorrow from 1 to 4, and we may have some surprises for you from there and all that. So it's a good thing. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place, same bat channel. Have a good one.
This is the Big O Show.